Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betcast. Another very beautiful Sunday morning, and we are back with our predictions as usual. We always look at football games that are going on across the globe, and we select a few of these matches, and we look into them before bringing it forward for you. We always have the recent results for each of these teams. Using those results, we'll come up with a very possible verdict for each of these matches. All right, that's what we'll do on a daily basis, and we'll probably do in a short while. Okay, and before we head on, I will also urge you to remember to join our VIP special membership, channel membership, where we'll put out games that to believe to be, having that better likelihood of coming out correctly. All right, do that, and you can always find link to join our membership by looking at the description of this very video. You'll always find link that will give you access to that, and also anyway you see join around this very video can also assist and give you that direction to get to our VIP membership channel. We'll put out those wonderful packs. All right. That being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we'll start with the very first match for today. It is in the Euro Women Championship Finals, where we'll have England women coming up against Spanish women. Happening today, and we know that recent games for the home side, English women actually is on a neutral ground. We know that England women have actually won 4 matches in the last 6 games, and also they've had 1 draw, but have lost 1. And the Spanish women, on the other hand, have won 6 games out of the last 6 matches. They've been in fine form. Both teams have been in very good form at the moment, and we saw Spanish side winning all the matches that they've played so far, in the tournament, and also the English team have done so very well, even though they had some draws and losses along the way, but they find themselves in the final. It's a very good team. So here, when we look at how the two teams fared, and on head-to-head basis, last time both teams met, it was Spain who actually won against this very England side by 2-1. That was in the Nations League. And we also saw England beating Spain in the Nations League by 1-0. So it is sort of a very difficult game to call, but we are actually going with their away side Spain in this very encounter, seeing how they play and the array of stars that are having. We expect to see them doing very well in final. We've not seen them lose any final, and we expect to see them winning this one once again. So it is our side to win. That's what for that very one. Okay, and we head to the next for today. It is in the Swedish second division, where we have Örgryte. It is called Swedish Super 10. We'll have Örgryte coming up against the Östersund. All right, when you look at the last recent games of these two sides, for Örgryte home side, it is 3 victories and a draw, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 matches. And Östersund have won just 1 game. They've had 3 draws, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 matches that they had so far. All right, when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, the home side, Örgryte, is a side who have actually won 7 games in the last 10 home matches and a draw. They've also lost 2 matches out of those, and the away side Östersund winning 2 games, having 4 draws as well as 4 losses in the last 10 away matches that they had so far. And the last time both teams met, it was Östersund who actually won. They played from home on that very occasion. It was 2-1 victory for Östersund on that very occasion, and that was in April of this very year. But prior to that, we saw Örgryte playing from home, also winning against the Östersund. That was in November of last year. So that tells you that each time Örgryte play from home, they do very well. They do not lose out, when they're playing from home. So in this very one, we are going with the home side to not lose. We expect to see the home side either winning or drawing here, and also we expect under 4.5 for that very encounter. So home win or draw in under 4, that's valid for that very one. Okay, and we head to the next of our games today. It is in the Norwegian League, Norwegian Division 2, Group 2, where we have Tromsdalen who will be facing Ullensaker. And Tromsdalen, in the last 6 recent games that they had, have seen them winning 3 matches out of those 6 matches. They've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss. And the which side, Ullensaker have won 5 out of 6, and they've drawn just 1. They've been doing very well in recent times. So right, when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you can see that Tromsdalen is a side that have actually won 6 matches in the last 10 home games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses. And we saw Ullensaker winning 4 games and drawing 3, as well as losing 3 in the last 10 away matches that they had. Also for Ullensaker, the last 4 away games they had, I've seen them averaging 3 goals per away game. They've been doing so very well in recent times. And Tromsdalen also have been averaging 2 goals per home match in the last 10 home matches that they had so far. The last meeting between the two sides was in September of last year, and it was Ullensaker who won. The scoreline was actually a 2-1 victory for Ullensaker on that very occasion. But here we are going with the goals, seeing that these two sides are actually scoring goals in recent times, and we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals occur in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's what we've added for that very one. Okay, and we head to the next, which will be the last for a free version of our predictions for today, and it is in the Danish Super League where we have Nordsjælland who will be facing Brøndby. Okay, for Nordsjælland, in the last 6 matches that they've had so far, I've seen them winning 3 matches out of those. They've also had a draw as well as 2 losses in the last 6 matches that they had so far. And when you look at the away side, Brøndby, it is 4 victories out of the last 6 games, and as well as 2 draws, and in the last 6 matches that they have so far, they've not lost a single match. When you look at how the two teams are fared from home and away basis, you can see that Nordsjælland also is a side have done very well. They've won 8 matches and a draw, losing just 1 in the last 10 home games that they had. You know, that tells you how this side have been. They've actually been very, very good in fantastic form. They've actually been averaging 3 goals per home game that they've been having so far. And away side, Brøndby, on the other hand, is a side that have actually done very well, winning their 4 matches in the last 10 away games. They've also had 4 draws as well as 2 losses. It's a side that doesn't lose very often, and you know, they've also been averaging 2 goals per away game in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. You know, that's also a lot about this very side. And then when we look at how the two teams fared on head-to-head basis, the last time both teams met, it was in May of this very year, and we saw them playing out a 2-2 draw on that very occasion. It was you know, Nordsjælland who played from home on that very occasion. That ended the draw. As a matter of fact, the last 3 meetings between the two sides have ended up being a draw. You know, the most recent one being the one that played out on May of this very year. You know, that we saw them playing at a 0-0 draw and also a 1-1 draw. But you know, we know that Nordsjælland have been doing so very well. They've been able to score lots of goals in recent times, and the last 5 home matches that they had have been averaging 3 goals per home game. You know, that's also a lot about this very side. It's a side that score goals and concede as well. So we do expect to see a lot of goals occurring here once again, and we're going with that, you know, on over 2.5 as our value for that very encounter. All right, over 2, that's what we expect. Okay, and that concludes it for us today on BetCrafter. Remember, the remainder of these very games will be posted on our VIP channel, where we'll be, you know, having those ones that we believe to be much more likely of coming out, you know, correctly. All right, do endeavor to join our VIP and you know, and see how it goes. All right. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions. Also, remember to play responsibly, as these are football games. Play with what you can afford to lose, so that you don't end up, you know, ruining it. So that being said, until tomorrow, keep winning.